My country people, una well done o. Make una come here o. All of una know wetin dey shele for dis we world.
All right, welcome back. We're still discussing Edo politics with greater focus on INEC's performance at the poll. We were talking with Ken Nweke in Port Harcourt. But just to let you know, we still have Daniel Akinlami and Deji Omoshola still waiting on the other side to talk to us. So let's speak with Ken so that you can take home your line of thought. Yes. For Edo State polls and INEC, where I remembered I cut you off was when you're talking about the fact that electoral offenders are not prosecuted, and that in itself is a major challenge to the successes recorded by INEC. Take it up from there.
Yeah, but though I didn't say that, but again, that's one of the areas that needs to be talked about. If you have sanctions meted out to electoral offenders, and that would be to others who want to do that. We didn't see much of in Edo elections on Saturday, but that would not mean that there are no issues there. But how significant were these issues to the extent that they could mar, a process like that? And so that is the bottom line. But I think that significantly the process was free, fair, and credible. And for me, going forward, the electoral umpire, in conjunction with other relevant agencies of government, members are brought to book, because that would mean that some other persons who would want to do the same in subsequent elections would not do so. And so that is one area I think that not only INEC, but other relevant government agencies, including the electorate themselves, should note that giving into all forms of offenses during elections is one thing that must be jettisoned.
All right, Ken. Something a lot of people don't want to repeat of, but which has become a culture for the elections in the country, has been the late commencement of voting in polling units. I don't have the numbers now in terms of percentage of polling stations which open exactly at 8 a.m. rather. But over and over again, our reporters on the field did report that many of the polling stations did not arrive on time. If they arrived at 8 a.m., it took them some time to decontaminate and then have all of the election gizmos on the ground. But INEC has often argued that there are certain aspects of the electoral process that are out of their control. They don't own the vehicles, they don't control the transport unions and all of that. But what are your thoughts in terms of the voting process commencing on time, generally, as unfortunately not a culture with polls across the country?
Of course, for me, I think that, like INEC always says, it's beyond the control of INEC to manage logistics in terms of getting to the polling units on time. Remember, and that's why everyone in Nigeria must realize you have in most of our areas that the roads are not accessible, for instance. And so if you are deployed, you want to deploy materials to such an area, how do you access the area in the first place? And so that is one critical area that those in government at all levels must begin to turn around our infrastructure, especially other areas, because the roads are too bad.
All right, Ken Nweke.
How do you want to arrive on time? And so that is all within the control of INEC.
All right, thank you very much. You've been most gracious with your comments, analysis this fine morning. Edo Poll 2020, reviewing INEC's performance. Let's move and get the final comments from Omoshola Deji, who's a political scientist joining us from Singapore. Your final thoughts on this one, Deji?
Well, my final thoughts will be to say political actors going forward need to practice what they preach. Now, because they are leaders and people are looking at them. You will recall that during the 2019 general election, when former APC chairman was in office, he had influence in ending the Saraki dynasty. He had influence in ending the Amosun political dynasty in Ogun State. He had influence in ending the Okorocha dynasty in Imo State. So that kind of person that preached one man, one vote should not come to the people and now be saying another thing or want to now impose himself as a godfather, because there are so many people that look up to him. He is a role model to so many people. He has so many people under him. Then for his own personal integrity and image, because it doesn't speak well now. If Ize-Iyamu had won the election, it would have been another case. Now Ize-Iyamu has lost. There are records that within a space of 4 years, he said something negative, then he also said something positive about Ize-Iyamu. That is not good for his kind of personality as a former Labour chairman and past chairman of the APC. So we need an attitudinal change on the part of the political actors. Politics is also not a do or die affair. Then we need we need properly oriented citizens that knows their rights, that wants to participate in the electoral process, and that always demand credible election and good governance.
Omoshola Deji, practice what you preach, in the voice of late Barry White there. Thank you so very much for your thoughts all the way from Singapore, Omoshola Deji. Thank you for your thoughts.
Many thanks. Yeah.
We also say a very big thank you to Ken Nweke for your thoughts on this conversation. Many thanks. And also Daniel Akinlami, who unfortunately we can't get back to NEPA struck energy issues there. Thank you, gentlemen, for your thoughts on this conversation around INEC and the ways to improve elections going forward. We will take a break. When we come back, we shall delve into our last conversation for the day, talking about World International Peace Day. Stay with us.